Thank you very much. I'd like to thank my producer, my family, my therapist. Yeah, I never knew that I would ever have this moment. I just think it's very appropriate that I'd sing a song. I have to commemorate this. A moment like this, I never knew it could happen to me.
Boo.
One special kiss.
Like, why are you singing? This is not American Idol.
Some people search forever.
Get off the stage.
Y'all have some paper towels. My ears are bleeding. They're bleeding. Dude, should we get out of here? Yeah, let's go. Let's go. This is not it.
Thank you. Okay, they're telling me to get off the stage, so thank you for this.
Hi. What's up, guys? My name is Lauren C, and this is Life with Me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Glad to have ya. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like what you see, please physically like it with that like button, and turn on post notifications as well. If you can't already tell from that painfully extra intro, I reached 100 subscribers. Yes. I think as of right now, I have 107. She's popping off. That little blue square that you saw in the intro, if you could tell, this is my hard drive. They don't have, you know, YouTube plaques for 100 subscribers. So, you know, I was like, well, why don't I just make my own? And I was like, this is worth 1 million YouTube plaques, because this has literally every single YouTube video that I've ever posted on it. So, I mean, you know, this also doubles as a nice little plaque, you know? Wow! Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. It's been a year since I've had my channel. I hope to grow a lot more moving forward. I know that this is a big milestone for me, so just had to, you know, thank you all who are a part of that. Today, we are gonna be talking about 10 things that surprised me freshman year. I know I just put out a video about 10 myths about being a college freshman. You guys are probably thinking like, girl, this is literally the same freaking video. Like, what are you doing? 10 myths are 10 things that are completely wrong. All right, and then 10 things that surprised you are just 10 things that surprised you, okay? So there's a difference, guys, there's a difference. I know personally that I had a lot of expectations about college that were completely and utterly different when I actually got there. There were also some things that I just didn't even think about before I even got to college. So I decided to, you know, go ahead and make a little video or whatever about 10 things that surprised me freshman year that could potentially surprise you too. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. Like, stop lollygagging like I love to do. The very first thing that surprised me about my freshman year was that I did not make friends right away. The first week of school, I was very much alone. Like, I didn't have any friends. Like, I had just moved to Missouri like 2 months before, so I didn't have like friends from high school or anything. Ain't nobody from my high school was coming all the way to Missouri, okay? I went to high school in Maryland. Okay, no. I essentially didn't find good friends until like my second semester, I'd have to say. So I had probably like a couple of months with my friends basically before all of this happened. Your experience might be different, like you may make friends like right off the bat, but just keep in mind that you may not find your peoples until later in the semester or the second semester or the next year. Not trying to sound pessimistic, I'm just trying to be realistic, okay? You guys have 4 years there, or maybe even 5, 6, whatever, if you're getting your master's, whatever. So you do have time to find friends, but I mean, don't be upset you know, if you don't make them the first week. Another thing that surprised me was that people drink way more than I thought. I personally don't drink because first of all, I'm underage, and second of all, like I just would prefer to drink in the presence of people that I trust, because there is nothing worse than getting drunk. I don't know this from experience, okay? I've just seen it. There is nothing worse than being like blackout drunk and having a bunch of people that you don't know around you and just coming the next day and people saying like, hey, are you doing okay? I'm like, who are you? Oh, I said that? Wait, I did what? I've seen people do this a lot, and you can drink there will be heavy access to it when you get there. But if you don't want to drink, just know that there will be people around you who will. Another thing that surprised me was that people eat way healthier than I thought. Mac and cheese and ramen, though very ubiquitous in college, are surprisingly not the only things available to eat. So I thought all the memes were true, like, you know, basically you're gonna be made of like 40% ramen by the time you graduate. Stuff like apples, peanut butter, you know, carrots, hummus, and stuff like that are actually like cool to eat. There are healthy things to eat on campus, and I knew that there was, but I thought healthy things to eat was just the salad bar with like 2 pieces of scary looking lettuce and a cucumber. Like that's what I thought. Apparently it's not. So look forward to that. That's actually very pleasantly surprised by that. Another thing that surprised me was the fact that Greek life is huge. Like I thought fraternities and sororities only existed on TV, but there's actually a lot of frats and sororities, especially at Mizzou. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of them because most of the girls in them, at least in the Pan-Hellenic one, I think that's what you call it, all look very similar. You feel like you will fit well in a sorority. They've got plenty of them at Mizzou. They've got plenty of them at most other public colleges. I'm gonna have to pay us. Another thing that surprised me, okay, is that you cannot skip lectures and pass. I know in my first semester of college, I had to take statistics. Math and I were like water and oil. Okay, actually no, we're like Mentos and Diet Coke, okay? Because I will explode personally if I come into contact with any sort of math. So you can imagine how statistics went. I did not go to the lectures. I went to the first like 4 lectures, and then I got very sick in September. And I didn't go to class that one time. And y'all, all it takes is one time. I feel like I'm talking about a different thing. This applies to lectures too, okay? All it takes is one time. In that one time, you'll be feeling the freedom of just like, wow, I'm not in class and I should be, but like, whoa, this is really cool. Like, I'm not in class, but I should be, like, ooh, nobody else cares. There's no guidance counselors. There's no teachers. No principals. Oh, y'all, it felt exhilarating to not go to class that one time. But like I said, it takes one time. Once. Oh no. Okay? Once you do it one time, you can never go back. Okay? You can't. I stopped going to my lectures that day when I was sick. And I did not go back to the class ever again. Y'all, before you say,
oh my gosh, she's an awful student and this going to be kicked out of college.
He did post them online, all right? So I just took notes online, and then we would have a test like every month, basically. And each test just got progressively worse. Like I got, I believe, like a high B on the first one, and then several other grades that I ain't gonna mention on the other ones. Granted, I was taking the notes on the lectures in my dorm, but you know what else is in your dorm? Your phone, food, other people sometimes, your bed. That was a big one right there. I would sit in my bed, be on the lecture, and then I would fall asleep, and the next time I woke up, it was already on like the 4th lecture, and I was like, how long was I sleeping? And it's dark outside. I would not recommend not going to a class. Granted, this is definitely gonna be different this year, but for all of y'all in the future, if this, you know, after all this pandemic stuff is happening, and if you're going back to class and everybody's good and cool, go to class, okay? Please, in the future, if y'all are watching this, go to class, because you can concentrate a lot better there than you ever will be able to in your dorm room. Another thing that surprised me, very, very unpleasantly surprised, was that your day goes by so much slower than when you are in high school. I had times when like I would go to class, I would be in classes for like maybe 4 hours to like 3 to 4 hours. I would get food, come back to my dorm, and then it expected to be like 5 o'clock, and it was like 2. And then I just have like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to fill. Like, I was like, what happened? That kind of made me miss high school, because at least when you were in school, you had specific times allotted for specific things. Like, you had a better schedule and routine, but then you get to college and you have so much time that you have to like assign things to. And I have stuff to do, you know, I have YouTube, I have knitting and stuff like that. Like I have stuff to do now, but back then, like in those first few weeks, y'all, those first few weeks are gonna be so difficult. You're gonna have to like find a routine, number one. Number two, like find things to do with your time. Another thing, naps are essential. I used to be one of those people who they refused to take naps because they thought they were just for preschoolers and senior citizens, okay? But no, they are for humanity as a whole, all right? I took so many naps when I got to college, because first of all, there was time, all right? When there is time, there is sleep. And second of all, like, what do you want? What is it? Okay, thank you for the kisses, but I'm trying to do a video. Hold up, y'all, I gotta take him out. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, wow, my hand looks so big in that shot. I'm back. As I was saying, it is very important to take a nap. I would definitely recommend taking like 30-minute to an hour naps, because if you do plan on taking them, because number one, like you're able to do more with your day if you take shorter naps, and number two, you feel more refreshed, okay? You're welcome, guys. Last but not least, you never stop meeting people. I didn't expect to like be meeting people every day. You know what I'm saying? That can be a good thing and a bad thing. Let's start with the bad. It can be a bad thing because it can be a distraction. Sometimes you need to be staying in your room, doing your work, okay? Being on the grind, all right? That's what you need to be doing. But it's a good thing in that if you have people that you just want to break away from a little bit, whether you met them and you're not clicking, or if there's a lot of people in your high school that you came to college with and you just don't want to be attached to that anymore, there are so many people that you can meet, especially for larger universities. Every single day is a new opportunity to meet people, to talk to them, to make a friend, to find your soulmate. Like, if you guys like this video, thank ya. Go ahead and physically like it down below. Please don't forget to subscribe. Also, I have 2 questions for you guys. One, are you doing school online this year, or are you doing school as a hybrid like Mizzou is, or like fully in person? Which I hope none of you are, unless y'all college has like 100 people at it. I would really hope that there are no fully in-person classes, but if there are, comment down below. And number 2, what is the thing that you are looking forward to most to going back to school? I know it's gonna be completely and utterly different, but there's always something that there is to look forward to, whether it's being in your pajamas all day, whether it's seeing some friends that you only had in college, I mean with social distancing, or, you know, finally learning. I know for me, like, I genuinely like taking courses and like doing assignments just because I feel like it gives me a sense of accomplishment, which is Kind of weird, I know, but it's just my thing, okay, guys? Like, don't come for me in the comments, okay? Yeah, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay sane, and stay encouraged. Bye, guys.